And that is a wonderful segue into our first award. You can also look in the back of your programs, and there are our first two awards that we typically give, and we already gave one because we went a little bit out of order. But the first two awards that we give are named after people as a tribute to the lives they lived who meant the world to our organization. And the first award is named after a former board member of ours and someone who made a tremendous difference in my life by being my friend and always being there for me, especially with my child. And she died a few years ago, but Helen Reddy Johnson, and she was a tremendous advocate for children. And our first award for valuing every child and family is named after her. So we give that award every year to someone who has valued children and families in the way that Helen did. And this year's recipient, I'm going to talk about them for a minute, is Catholic Charities, and they're getting it for the mental health conference they did. And I can tell you, Helen would be so proud of you guys, because not only did you do the conference in partnership with our organization and families, but it was very, very much focused on the types of systems change we need in our state and how we can all work together to make that happen. And Ellen, you correct me if I'm wrong on this, but if Helen were here, she would tell you that's wonderful, she would praise you, and she would say, keep going and don't give up. And I have a feeling she's up there watching us all and going to hold us all accountable. And every year, this is Ellen. Do you mind stand up for a sec? This is Ellen, Helen's sister. And since we started giving this award every year, Ellen brings a group of youth who are learning about doing this work in the way Ellen still does and the way Helen would have if she is still here, to sit with the award recipient for that award so y'all can spend some time together and really get to know about Helen and then how we can all be inspired by her and what she did. So I'm so glad that that's where the open seats were, because that's what we were planning anyway. And again, we're giving this award to Catholic Charities. I'm going to, in just a minute, y'all come up here for the mental health conference they did. But one of the parents, where's Ramona? Oh, I'm sorry, Ramona, I'm staring right at you. Where are you, Ramona? Is going to talk just briefly about what it meant to her to be part of that conference.
Okay, if I go too long, Joy's going to be sneaking behind me and pinching me. So if you see her creep over here and I get all fidgety, it's because I'm nervous because she's trying to make me move. The mental health conference with Catholic Charities was amazing. It was a group of determined individuals with very open hearts and very open minds. And it's an amazing experience as a mother of two special needs daughters, when not only am I heard, but what I'm saying matters. It's effective because it's being heard by someone who has made an endeavor into making permanent, effective changes in the mental health care system. So the conference was wonderful. I met a lot of wonderful and engaging people. But they didn't stop there. They took it a whole step further. And Miss Sue Allen coordinated with myself and Families as Allies, Diana Immaculate, and Jake Hutchinson at DMH. And we basically had a roundtable discussion. It was an open discussion. We were heard. Our concerns were heard. Our suggestions were heard. They were noted. It meant something. And it hasn't ended there. Miss Sue and I, prior to coming in tonight, we're sitting and talking, and there's a lot of momentum with that. And if we can keep everyone engaged and everyone moving forward, then no child will ever fall through the cracks. And that's the point of this, is that we don't leave any child behind. There's not a single mama that cries herself to sleep at night because her child needs a service, needs a support, needs something that she doesn't know how to get. I was that parent. I called Joy frantic, middle of the afternoon, and I was like, I need help. I don't know what to do. These educational seminars, these parent trainings, these conferences where everyone is there, you know, and they're not there just to be heard, they're there to hear you. And that is where things will change. That is where the differences come in. And it is an honor and it is a privilege to recognize Catholic Charities, not only for the work they have done, but for the endeavors that they will continue to make and create positive changes that will affect every child and every family. She pinches, you better watch her.
Yeah. Families as allies, thank y'all very much for giving us this award. The work Sue and Dorothy, the director of our parish community engagement ministries, put into that conference, and many of you may not know, it snowed the day we were supposed to have it. So remember the snow day in February? We were supposed to have Capital Day at the Catholic Day at the Capitol. We were going to have the mental health conference, but a lot of times people quit. But what was really a testament to our staff was they said, no, we're going to have it. We're going to hold this meeting because it's that important. And I was reading a little bit about Helen Reddy Johnson. In the last line in the pamphlet there really stood out because it says her life exemplified respect, compassion, and dignity and serves as an inspiration for our work every day. And the key takeaway from that is no one is above giving that dignity, compassion, and respect. So you just carry that forward in your lives, and we'll do the same as we work with other community partners and continue on this mission. Thank y'all very much.